All right, so let me get started real quick. So, okay, so obviously, I don't know, maybe y'all don't know. Now you know. I was over there on Pizarro's, right? Now let me jump to the end of my exit. Some lady come popping up. I don't know. Says she has sanity in her name or whatever. She come popping up to my. Why he act like a scorn lover? Oh my God! Let me tell you something. Shut your mouth if you don't know the history between Lemon and I. I see a lot of people commenting, "Oh, he sounds like a jilted lover." Shut the entire fuck up. Because if a person sat next to you 5 years and then they do an abrupt shift, it wasn't as if Lemon launched off and was, somewhat doing what he did over here. This is a complete 180. And y'all don't even understand the catastrophic effects that his change has had on Avatar Nation. That's the stuff that ain't really being discussed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just looking at the peripheral. Y'all not looking at what transpired under the hood. So it's a lot of aftermath stuff that has happened due to his current behavior because when he was over here, he was not acting that way. So anybody that said, oh, he acted like a jilted lover, why are you so invested? Shut the fuck up. Because if you were here, you will understand. Just like Attorney Mom, she's like, wasn't that Lemon sitting there? I say yes. But still to this day, and I'm not talking about Attorney Mom, it was another woman that popped up after I left or something, after I got brought down or whatever. We still trying to put two and two together. So I don't care. Creed start talking. I don't care if Boosie start talking. I don't care if his mama start talking. I'ma seize every fucking opportunity to get an answer. So that as long as there's anybody else that starts hitting that link that I could talk to, I'm going to be there because I need closure. I sure the hell do. And every time there's a conversation, I'm slowly getting the answers that I need. So F you who feel like I'm too invested. Damn right, Lady Nika, I'm gonna get up there and ask the family members because it was a situation dealing with Brianna, and Brianna started acting scatterbrained. You want to talk to somebody in her family too to see what the hell's going on. I can't stand these circumstantial people. It's okay and everything. They got so much to say until it deals with them. If that situation dealt with, like I said, Brianna or somebody that was close to her, she would be trying to get answers too. Well, no matter where they came, from the mailman to the milkman to the sister to the nephew, wherever, she would be trying to get answers too. She's like, y'all play too much with people. We ain't playing too much. I didn't call nobody. He brought them on the platform. So when you bring somebody on the platform, they're pretty much open game to what happens. Now, if he didn't want the person spoken to, like he did, he took the phone off the off of them and all that. So let me see what y'all saying. Please thumbs up the live, okay? Truth to Reacher says no, they don't care. He's a cash cow. The cash outs are flowing. Yes, there are people taking advantage of the situation. But let me know the game. He ain't stupid. Black Pearl, hey, how you doing, Black Pearl? What's up, Adub? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, Detach? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Adub, for telling the people what to do that they need to do. What's up, Lee Brand New? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Rob P, what's up, Rob P? Hey, Sir King chat. I'm multitasking. Good for you, Rob P. I'm glad you can multitask and listen to the mess. What's up, Diva D? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here as well. Lee Brand New says, I know he needs to stay off this app. That whole situation with Booby explained a lot to me, and I'm gonna break it down for you in a minute. Limit has a lot of enablers. That's online and offline. What's up, Black Girls Code? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Philly T? How you doing? Good to see you as always. DVD says that was just the one that wanted to get in on the action. Yeah, yeah, I agree. What's up? Just trying to figure it out. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Just trying to figure it out. Yeah, Rompy. Listen to that live again. He said a lot of words that they don't care. They just want him to make money off of him, and it's really embarrassing. It's a shame. It really is a shame. Let me see what you said. Black Girl School. I must be blocked episode. I was tapping my butt off. SK. The ignorance is stunning. It's very stunning. I'm blocked too, so don't feel bad. That's why I hop my ass up on the damn panel. Molly Maybell said that makes sense. SK, and the truth is, Lemon's problems didn't start until after he left his platform. His reputation was perfect when he was here. I always would say, Molly, he had the perfect launching pad. He fucked everything up. He already had an established following, which is the hardest thing to gather. You know, people be on here 10 years and they only got 20 people, right? So he already had an established following. He had already a supportive established following and all that. And he had the motion in the ocean to get people over there, but he fucked it all up with the way he treat people, and he don't care. So to me, it's like you want something to fail, like you want it to things to happen. I'm scared for his health. Drinking like he do is not good, or his body. No, it's not. You saw him showing his hands. His hands shouldn't be like bloated like that. You know. Who's Booby? I must have been. Booby is Lemon's brother, older brother. I didn't know he had an older brother. That's what I'm saying. What's up, Grish? How you doing? I didn't know he had an older brother. Am I missing something, y'all? Avatar Nation, tell me. Did he mention that, brother? I don't know. That's why I said the math wasn't mathing. If y'all listen to that video, I said the math ain't math. Truth to read says, okay, there was a video he did in a time said that Grish pointed out where Lemon said his mother was a pimp. Grish put the video's name in timestamp in YTC's video this morning. Well, I'm sure she did have some affiliation in that part of life. You know? QI says they will all be responsible. What's up, QI? I used to think he was one of the greatest people. Child, YP, you better stop. I don't think they. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I don't think so. Something was totally off. When did we hear about a brother that was older? 1 year older. I had a major side eye when I saw that. Lee Brand New since I left, I couldn't watch that crash out anymore. Um, yeah, something is definitely off. What's up, Dr. Sophie? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. He said he had stepsister brothers, but he was like, "Yeah, you're my mother." He said he was like, "That's from his mother." So maybe that's his half brother. Okay, Grish says, "Let's drag 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 9 seconds." I think he has mentioned older brothers a few times before. Well, why are they beating his ass? Especially if that's the mama. If that's the mama, and he talked to, I don't know. Mm-hmm. All right, let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Booby said he's a year older than Lemon. That birthday year isn't right. Well, you're right. 1980. What did you say? 1988. He does have an older brother who got popped shot. So that's his half brother. Okay. Mm. His brother did not seem close because he did not seem like he was in his mother's house. Well, he said he's on his own. He has his own life, and then Lemon sit up there and not introduce his sister. What would that be? Um, his sister-in-law into the situation. That's crazy. Crazy. Now let's get into the part that I have an issue with. So Lemon, that's why I ask questions, right? So Lemon tells a lot. So first of all, the point that you got to be in a hotel when you plan to be there a whole week, it was going to forfeit $800. It's crazy, but somehow through Booby, your mama, or maybe directly through your mama said, "Okay, come on home." Oh, okay, all right. Obviously, enough is enough. Okay, whatever. Then he out there cursing. Now, it was weird. He gonna sit up there. See this. How you can tell he's so immature. He goes up there and checks out the hotel room like, "Oh, I left. I made the bed. There's nothing in the trash. There's nothing in the refrigerator." All the man said, "Oh, you want to check out?" I was like, "Damn." All the man said, "Oh, you just want to check out." So meanwhile, all the time you hearing the other person conversation. Her car declining, not Lemon's car, some other person that was there, they car declined. So you have no respect for the privacy of people. Then he all cursing in front of Booby and all in front of I'm sure when he was cursing in front of the people in front of the in front of the counter that worked for the hotel. Okay, so QI says he got kicked out of the hotel. He tried to fight last night. But how you know he got kicked out though? Because he says he's checking out. The man didn't say nothing about him getting kicked out though. I would think the man would have brought that up and said, okay. And then he said he had to stay later today because Booby didn't pick him up in time. Or they stayed back because he was trying to get his money back for the day, but they're like, nah, you missed you. He said, nah, you kind of we got to charge you for today and yesterday. So yeah. Um. Then the other thing that I found interesting was now he was doing all this cursing in the car with Booby, who was his stepbrother, half brother, in front of Booby's wife, who he told us was pregnant. Now, Booby's wife wanted to come on and say something, but we like, nah, you got, no. I said, why you letting him talk to y'all like that, curse in front of y'all presence like that? That was my question. But then I gotta remember, Lemon was trying to use that baby as a storyline. We didn't want to include her in this stuff because then she might start going into labor. I don't, no, we ain't gonna have that happen. So then, this is the crazy part to me. This is all I needed to know. They start having a car once he gets back to home. Now the crazy part to me is your mama ain't home because we saw him like touching on Christopher and all that. So there was no mention of "Hey mom, I'm back. I'm sorry," mwah, and all that. Nothing like that. He was talking about Christopher, rubbing on Christopher, all that. I felt if your mama told you to come home, you should wait till the mama get home. Cause this whole thing, it's like you coming in the house and your mama ain't there. She's the one to put your ass out. I just feel like there's an unwritten rule in that. Like, yo, okay, you kick me out, now you be the one to let me in, kind of deal. But no, I understand that detached. I don't care if his mama's at work. It's something about principle. Your mama kicks you out. I don't think you should be there when she gets home. I think there should be a proper reconciliation of the situation of her opening that door for you and letting you in that home that she kicked you out of. That's how I feel. You sitting back up in the house and she coming home. I'm like, she may come back with a bad day. You ain't even let the lady give her a chance to decompress from her shift before she see your ugly ass. And then once again, Booby called him ugly. So if Booby called him ugly, he must really be ugly. Okay. So then another thing that went down is that Pizarro asked him about the eye. Asked Booby about the eye. At this time, Lemon was trying to like cut Pizarro off or prevent Booby from answering, but Booby was like, I'm gonna ride with him because he my brother. I'm always gonna have his back. So I jumped in and said, "Oh, so you pretty much gonna lie? You pretty much gonna lie for him since you have his back?" And he didn't say nothing. And we saw. Okay, I said, "I get you. I get you. I get you." So okay, I get you. But see, he knows something is wrong with his eye because he wasn't like, "What you mean?" So no, that's not no. So through the lack of confirmation from Booby, he definitely something's jacked up about his eye. Now I asked about the do rag. I didn't get no answer about the do rag. I didn't get the answer. He didn't say, "Oh no, that's just that's a style he's had since high school." Nope, nope. So I didn't get no answer about the do rag. But let me tell you something. Lemon lucky he got him off of that when he did. Cause I was about to be real messy. I'm about to say, "What's your cash out?" I'm about to say, "What's your cash out?" I'm gonna tell you why. Because Booby didn't come over there because that's his half brother, that's family. Because at the conclusion of Lemon and Booby's interaction, when they got there, they opened the door and the bags had been. Because I was like, he was like, so Lemon said something about, oh, my bags, get my bag. Well, he didn't say get my bags, but my bags need to get something about somebody getting his bags. I'm like, damn, I'm about to say, you get offline and get your own damn bags. And I didn't think about nothing. But this is putting two and two together. So they started. Hey, you have to go back and listen because the conversation was kind of fake. Is he? What's up? What's up, Heidi? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Um, the conversation was kind of fake. He was like, "Oh yeah, about the cash out. You gonna give me a cash out request, something like that." So it's about money. It's about money. Booby was getting money off of that. Booby, I don't know if he was doing anything. Probably had the ability to pick a limit, or limit said, "Okay, I need to ride over there." But limit, why you ain't got no car? Why you ain't got no car, Lemon? Why you needed Booby to pick you up? Why couldn't you Uber? Something not right. So I feel like he had to pay Booby to pick him up, but Booby wasn't coming. Cause Booby was like, and then you could tell they ain't close, right? Cause Booby ain't got his cash out. Booby said, "Oh, you gonna request? You gonna send me a request or what? How am gonna send it? How am gonna get my money? Something like that." You have to go back and listen to it, cause like I said, it's a conversation that was going on in the background. So going back to the whole thing, they don't care about Lemon. Booby don't care about Lemon. Cause Bizarre asked her straight up, "Oh, what you feel about all his drinking?" And then they said, "Oh, he grown or something. You know, he could do what he want to do." I said, "Damn." It wasn't like, "Oh, we working on it." Oh yeah, nah. It's like, "Oh well, he drinking, he drink." And I was like, "Damn, y'all don't care about Lemon. Y'all don't care about Lemon. Nobody care about Lemon." And that's the sad part. As long as Lemon and what's the name, Attorney Mom was right. Stop giving. And I'm not hating, but the money is the root to this evil that is going on with him. This apparatus and then the cash shops are enabling his demise. But then again, I think he may want his own demise. He kind of said that today. He didn't say it directly, and I didn't want to say nothing because I didn't want to put that in the atmosphere. But I kind of want to ask him, bruh, did you sell your soul? Bruh, do you want to get up out of here? Because you got to go back. Y'all got to go back and listen. Because Attorney Mom said something. He said something about die or something like that. And maybe something like he don't wanna, he didn't say it like that, but you gotta read in between it. And I kept my mouth on mute because I wasn't gonna put nothing into the atmosphere. But I honestly feel because he just said, "I'm not that lemon. I'm not that." No. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah. So a lot of people making money off of lemon. His mama, I'm like, why the mama want him back? The mama should be like, good, I got gone. He could at least 72 hours, unless he went over there and started crying, you know, and started saying he borrowed money that he did not have or something. I don't know, but the thing is, everybody making money off of lemon. Pizarro making money off of lemon. Her drop game. Brother making money off of lemon. The mama making money off of lemon. That I was like, okay, the mama want him back because now she don't have the ability to ask him for money and get it right back. Is there a bill due that maybe he need to pay and she's scared he won't pay it as if he over at the hotel? All I realized is that money is the motivator, and Booby made that front and center to me because Booby did not care. Booby did not care. It's like he wasn't surprised. He wasn't shocked. He did not care because obviously Lemons probably explained some crazy stuff to them and give it. But they did not care that this was coming from a third party now that they what? And he's literally cursing. He called Attorney Mom a dyke bitch. All this in front of Booby and everybody's presence, in front of those at the damn hotel, not well motel. I'm like, oh my god, and I know they had to hear it because he was doing their transaction to check out. So it wasn't like, oh, he was doing it in the parking lot. And the crazy part is, he said he got us on headphones and things like that, so the people can't hear what he's just screaming at the screen, saying all these vocal terms, and I'm like, it's not going to get good, y'all. And Attorney Mom is right. This apparatus is going to only augment what he's got going on. And I see a lot of people thinking that's entertainment, but none of y'all that think it's entertainment don't sit up here and don't have a share of guilt when something happened bad to that boy because y'all are putting that in motion. Y'all are putting that in motion. What y'all doing? Y'all know he ain't right. You know something's not right with him. You know he's drinking himself to death. And y'all, as long as y'all get a kiki and a ha ha, that's cool with y'all. But when that boy perish, don't sit up here and start crying and whining. I'm gonna blame every last motherfucking one of y'all. Every last one of y'all that could have sat up there and stopped this stuff. Stop it. And I'm serious on that. Serious on that. But I mean we can only do so much, right? Because when we get in more and more. What do they say? Oh, y'all getting too invasive, or pulling Lady Nika. Oh, we don't play with people's family. No, it's not playing with people's family. We see something's not right. But to me, the family don't care because the family getting broken off some too, and that's y'all need to go back and look at that part. I was like, I said, look, we lost now. If Booby don't care, and Booby was gonna let his wife come up here, then we got a problem. The story may keep writing itself because he keeps saying he's 36 years old. And I said, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that you have rights that you shouldn't have because you're acting like a child. Something gonna give. Something's gonna give. And I'm sitting here. Like I told you, I'm emotionally numb. I'm emotional. He's thinking I'm jealous. Oh, you're jealous. You're Jason. Lemon, you have not even touched half of what I've accomplished on this application, and remain sober and sane, and knowing when I need to take a break and not take a break, regardless of the cash apps and the money, because you're going to spend all that money that you're making. You're going to spend all that money on medical treatment, and then he had the nerve to say success. I'm just of his success. I'm like, bro, okay, that's why I knew he lost me. Success. What success have you? What do you have? Like your mom, your family. If you weren't breaking your family off of anything, they would not be dealing. And that's the saddest part that I think I realized today. If his family was not, if he was, they're allowing him to do what he's doing because they are being enriched. And Lemon says, "I pay the bills." He slipped up and said that. I'm like, And now the way things playing, I say, you know what? I can believe he paid the bills. That's why his mama is allowing this to happen. If that woman came home slaving on a shift all damn day and doing all this work and then come on, she wouldn't be dealing with that. And he wasn't breaking her off any, she wouldn't be dealing with that. She wouldn't. And that's sad that they're only dealing with this behavior because everybody's getting a piece of the pie. Everybody's getting a piece of the pie. And we keep saying, why he don't get a job? To them, they're like, why would he get a job if he bringing more in than on YouTube than he did when he had a job? So yeah, it's crazy. Lee Brand New says his success is being the YouTube drunk. Mm. Black Girls Code says Lemon doesn't realize people are watching him to see him crash all the way out. I agree. And then Lee Brand New, we also got to think about what happens when the money stops, though. See, a lot of people don't understand when the money stops, that whole treatment that he's getting is going to stop too. Mama gonna get mad because now she thinking he can pay the bills that he can't. Right? You know, it's crazy. Babylon says, "Ask Sir K, what's up, Babylon? I'm not giving up a little bit. He's so smart, unbeknownst to some in popular opinion. He can pull himself out of this anytime he so chooses. I believe he will." Okay, but what you believe and he believe may be different in reality. Is he talking to his kidneys and liver every night? No. And when he decides to make a change, is that due to a medical episode that he may have had? Or if he would, instead of a building, he hit a person, would that have been, the time he chose to choose to change it around? So you may believe that he can pull himself out of it. I believe that too, but I feel there's going to be a catalyst that causes that. That may harm somebody or may harm him, may cause him organ failure, may cause him to go need a kidney or search for a kidney or who knows, maybe chop off one of his toes or something like that. Like, I think what the change that we want to see is going to be a situation when it becomes too late. And I'm trying to stop it at all costs, but I can't do that for him. I don't know him in that way. And I mean, if somebody's telling you stop, 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 and you still want to cross, the railroad track, then that's your decision. I can't stop you. That's your decision. And that's the bad thing about someone being an adult rather than a child, is that I'm an adult. You can't tell me what to do. Well, but you're acting like a child. So I think it's more than drinking SK. Lemon was awake for almost 3 days. If he were only alcoholic, he would have passed out at some point. Listen, I think it's a plethora of things. I think it's some kind of psychosis. Um, Hatched with, a drug, which is alcohol, and maybe some other stuff, mental illness. I don't know. He sounded like a child talking to his brother. He did. That's why I had to ask, how much older are you than him? He said, I'm the older brother. And then he said, I'll beat him up. Like the Jordan said he would beat up his older brother. And that's what he said. He said, what? We saw like a really tiff going on a little bit. But that died down because I think he was telling him to play along, or he gesturing him to play along with it. So we'll see. A lot of people on this app are selfish, greedy, and hateful. You know, Dr. Sophie says less than 5 years. There's boy 4 pieces of tilapia says. What's up? Pieces of tilapia says that boy needs some serious help. He said they only use studs. Lemon is demonetization and on here for free. He's not on here for free. He's getting money on the back end. So trust me, Lemon would not be doing what he doing if he wasn't getting some financial proceeds. Trust and believe. So and that's why he keep coming back. Assessment, the recklessness, and I don't care equates to he knows she's expiring. Mm. That's a good point, Dr. Soapy. Maybe he got a prognosis from the doctor. And maybe it's right. We only know what he tells us, right? Or we are able to piece together because people piece together that he was in a hotel room. And I didn't, I took that with a grain of salt. But sure enough, he was in a hotel room. So, but he may have got a diagnosis that he knows that because he tore up his body, his time is limited, and maybe he's trying to speed that up. I don't know, but that's a good point. Lee Brand New says, "Mama let him come back because it's the first of the month. It's about to be check time." Interesting point. Interesting point. The timing is very suspicious, huh? She thought that cash cow ran out that door. That cash cow was out that door. And then she said, "Oh hell no, come back, come back. We got bills due. Wake up. It's the first of the month." Howdy Fly says, or Flyucci Airline says probably. Mm. Sharon says he act like he doesn't care about leaving this world the way he's talking. All right. Whose channel was that? It was on Pizarro's live. It may still be going on. People D says the way he was picking a fight with those men at the hotel. See, I missed that part. I totally missed that part. I missed that. Why did Lemon have so many bags to pay for a week at the hotel? Because I think mama told her to get the hell up out of here. I don't know. He may thought he could run away. So, Black Girls Coast says real ghetto. Tyler Sweet, I don't want to hear or see no. I'm telling you, I don't want to hear or see no crying at all. Mm-mm. Pieces of tilapia says, "Who is Booby? Booby is Lemon's supposed half brother, child. But who knows? That could have been a friend playing along, and then Lemon giving them clues to go along with it. What job can go to work alcoholic? Mm, I don't know. What's up, soul sister? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here." Black Girls Coast says Lemon hasn't had a YouTube check in 3 months. He also admitted that the people are sending him cash apps. Yeah, but they were sending him cash apps today because, well, at least I know one. Because Attorney Mom said stop sending him cash apps because this is what's prolonging what's going on. So yeah, and I think he maybe started looking at his finances too. Was like, hey, I can't afford an $800 stay. I need to hurry up and get home. because he was like, "Yeah, I got 500 and plus coming back, so I'm good with that." So, Heidi Fauci says, "I agree. As long as they get money, they don't care how the money was made." Yeah, I agree. Blood pressure probably high too. Yeah, that's that swelling is a symptom of that too. Not this time. Oh, his eyes are yellow. So are you saying he might have jaundice? Robert Less says, I'm not condoning his curbing. I just hope he will pull out of it. Sometimes it takes a catastrophic event to turn things around. I agree with you. I agree. It wasn't your job to stop him. No, I understand that. But see, the thing is, so sister, excuse me, like they sit over there and say, "Oh, you weren't there to support him doing when he first took off and all that and all that." I want to make sure they know I was the out here vocally saying, "Stop what you're doing is going to lead to your demise." So when that day comes, they can't sit up here and say, "Oh, so he just sat back and didn't do anything," and he should have been up here and saying that and not, stopping him and all that. I want them to know that I was trying to get to the root of the problem to let family know, but we had another seasoned OG over there talking about, oh, y'all doing too much trying to talk to his family. And Lady Nika, I don't want you to shed one damn tear when something catastrophic happens to that boy. Because you see, we try to sit up here and have some form of dialogue with his family. Now I'm gonna tell you, his mama is his Achilles heel. He revealed that today. Through all that if you notice, he didn't care about us talking about the booby or the sister-in-law. But when Pizarro said, "Oh," or somebody said, "Well, talk to your mama or call your mama," so that he went off hamster. What are you gonna do talking to my mama? The mama is the key. She knows what's going on. She probably doesn't care. So to be honest, it's probably a lost cause. It's probably a lost cause. To be honest. But I'm not going to stop vocalizing my alarm and concern because what we do, we go back when people pass. Oh, or something happened. Oh, who told us? Who said this? Who said? I'm gonna be wondering why I told y'all to stop. Y'all was encouraging this. We had a conversation the other day. How do y'all feel right now? How did the whole beast set to feel right now? Trying to sit up here and encourage Lemon to split from Avatar Nation because y'all gotta understand there was a tremendous movement to divide, to intentionally divide up on my platform relentlessly, him to have him go his own way. When I said, and my son said, "Don't you see this shit?" I said, "You see this shit? They're trying to sit up here and divide and try to break down what we're doing by separating you from the program." Okay, y'all had what y'all wanted. So why the fuck would I go over there when he's starting off? Because then if I was over there, be like, well, we wanted Lemon to ourselves. We didn't want you, Sir Katie. We want Lemon. So now y'all got him. All y'all that sit up there and strategized on how to tear down Avatar Nation, how to ruin it, and all that. Y'all got what y'all wanted. See, that's why y'all be careful what y'all say, what y'all do, and what y'all want, because the reality may not be what y'all envision. Nobody envisioned that what's going on with someone who sat over here about almost 5 years as a co-host will be doing what they're doing. I mean, I was driving today on the damn highway, and I said, "My God, I can't believe that this is that person." I couldn't like. I had to say, like, "Damn, that's that person." Like, wow, it really shocked me a little bit because I was comparing then. And now I couldn't believe it. So, y'all wanted this and now y'all got that. And I don't have no regrets for how things are transpired because this was something that the people wanted. That's why y'all gotta appreciate the good times. Because when you start not appreciating the good times and start wishing for something that y'all ain't never seen, that's when mayhem starts. And I hope you understand y'all got what y'all wanted. But y'all didn't never know that he was gonna turn the tables like he did on y'all. So a lot of people got egg on their face because they thought it was going to be something different and better. And y'all see it's not. Y'all could be a victim on any night and get cursed out. He over there talking about telling them go come. Something said I don't know, child. Something he said about sucking his dick or something. And I said, Lemon, don't say that. Or she want his dick in her mouth, whatever. I said, Lemon, don't do that. Don't say that. Because that could be considered virtual sexual assault, I guess. I don't know. Let me see, I got about 10 more minutes or so. Dr. Super says it's the excuses and wishful thinking, medicine experience is the truth. Yeah, I hear you. What's up, CT7453? It's disturbing that all the CCs are letting him control the panel, all of them. But you gotta understand they're reaping the benefits too. That's why. It's not so much, oh, they're not gaining nothing from it. They're getting traction from it. Lemon has the maturity of a teenager. When he wants to. When he wants to. Rennie T says, I had an ex-boyfriend who drank Paul Mason morning, noon, and night. He used to fall all the time and sadly passed at the age of 42. I see the concern and the signs. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, Rennie T, because a lot of people, I guess, who ain't been through it, don't know, like, what can happen and what he's exhibiting. But I prepared myself for that day. I really have. When we get word that something happened, I'm like, oh, okay. I tried to tell y'all, and I tried to tell him. I told him. That's why I hit the pedal. And he called me, oh, jealous and envious, and he's mad because he surpassed me, and I'm now Robin, and he's Batman, and I'm like, brother, it ain't none of that. It ain't none of that. None of that. No. If you should be killing the game, but you're not because of your own stupidity. So, not trying to deliver doom is just the truth. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is the truth. I believe when he lost that eye, his teeth, it messed his mind up. Well, Lee Brandon knew. I think so too because his whole thing is about vanity. And anybody that you know that he's spoken with behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, he needs consistent confirmation about how good he looks. I kind of find it interesting that Booby called him ugly of all things. Not dum dum, not zesty, not fruitcake, not stupid, not arrogant, not cocky, but called him ugly. And you think, you know why? Because he knows that gets to him more than anything. Because Lemon thinks that he looks good or he has some kind of infatuation with vanity and beauty. I always told you I found it weird that Lemon would be infatuated with women that looks good. Now you can say just Crystal, that's a different situation, and all the other. But just go with me on this one. He likes to get in the good graces of women that aesthetically look good. I can go down the list: Claudiva, what's that lady? Pink Dot, Maya, Mia. You know, all the women that have somewhat some vanity to them. He likes to like get to know them. So pay attention to that. But he has an infatuation with ugly, and I feel like that choice of vernacular was key in that brother to call him ugly. I said, why? I said, dumb dumb. No, he kept calling him ugly. So, and yes, as soon as he gets a cash up, he runs to the liquor store. What's up, Maverick Bourne? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Dr. Sylvia, I always say that. I always say that. I always say that to this day. The first time he disappeared, something happened. You don't go from being on a nightly show having consistent attendance to just abruptly dropping off the face of the cliff. And at that time, I feel he may have been being rewarded financially for his presence. So you're not going to tell me you're going to miss out on that too, just to go somewhere else and then not communicate in the background where you went. I never knew where Lemon was, and nor did I ask. Because my excuse was I did not compensate him in a manner where I deserved the answer at that time. Plus, always on these YouTube streets, people like to sit out here and take over. See, says, "Oh, you needed me to help go take on your program. That's why you reached out to me. And, you weren't gonna blast me with that." So I said, "No." But knowing human nature, you just don't leave for that long duration. And I honestly feel that something happened during that time, and that was the catalyst to what we see today. I just wish I would get an answer to what that is or what that was. So yeah. Let me see what you said. The whole ordeal is just sad. Yeah, I agree. SK, they're going to say something whether you try to help or not. But that's okay. Let them say what they want to say, soul sister. But the truth is out there. The videos are out there. The videos are there hitting me on the panel, asking him what's wrong, trying to talk to a family member why not invading his personal private space. Because Booby was brought on by Lemon. I didn't go find Booby. I never talked to Lemon Mama. Now Lemon Mama hit the link, I'ma talk to Lemon Mama. But I'm not gonna try to go talk to his mama. No, I don't do that. I ain't got that kind of time to even try to find that information. What's up with Talia Jones? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, let me see what Joshi said. Sosa says she's not the first jerk in the B center, but nobody tried to help Kwani. So what's the difference? Well, the thing is different is that Lemon never had that. I'm sorry, Kwani never had that kind of following that Lemon had or has, right? And then Kwani's always been Kwani, meaning Kwani never had two people to her. We seen the good Lemon and we seen the bad Lemon, so that's added to it too. But the people that encourage him to start a page don't even support to this day. I agree. I thought it was so telling with Nika in the panel, except for the attorney thought it was weird that SK had questions for the family, especially since Lennon was here for 5 years. Trifling. I agree. And I had to tell Lady Nika to stop. Lady Nika kept trying to cut me off. And I'm like, no, stop, Nika. Stop. Like, no, don't do that. Don't try to sit up there and dissuade me from getting answers to questions that we want. That was weird to me. And I told you, if Brianna, whoever was sitting over there, if you ain't heard from Miss Blessed in a minute, you would have sat up there and hoped that somebody would have reached out to her family. So I just think that was hypocritical in all facets. No, he's not the same person. Maverick Bourne says yes, a drastic change since Avatar Nation. Yeah, to the point that attorney mom had to sit there and say, was that the same person? I was like, no, I mean, yeah, physically, but spiritually, mentally, no, they ain't the same person. No. So these people only want to use them as content to sit on them as panel for clout and attention. I agree. Lemon is being used. I definitely feel that. I just really believe something happened to him because he wasn't like when he was over here with you. I just hate this for him. But you gotta understand though, Lee Brand New, he may have done something. Something may have not happened. He may have done something and he can't live with it every day. On the flip side, something may have happened to him as well. So I don't know. But for to be gone that long, he was either incarcerated, committed, or something, or incapacitated. But I don't know. Mm-mm. Ooh, child. If he turned his life around, I still dislike him. Yeah. What's up, Diamond Stronger? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Detach myself. SK, that was weird. His brother called him ugly. Because he knows what gets to him, though. He knows what gets to him. Right? So if you really are his brother, which we don't know, but if you wanna go, you wanna know what hurts your brother the most, right? You know? If your brother, is all macho and muscle bound, and you call him a fruitcake, and you know he gets mad when you call him a fruitcake, then you gonna stick it to where it hurts. Because at that time, I think, like I said, he was sitting up and saying he can was it? I don't know. They maybe asked him when he called him why they call him Booby or something, and then I think Pizarro says, "What's the nickname you have for Lemon?" And Lemon says, "I don't have a nickname." And then I think the brother may have said ugly. I'm not 100% sure, but that may be the way that it played out. Mm-mm. What's up, Phenomenal Scorpio? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Maverick Bourne says, if something happened to his eye, he should just wear eye patch, make it a fashion statement. No, I don't think it's that easy because I do feel that he was an internet boy, hence the thing grinder on his phone. Now I don't know how Pizarro could sit up there and try to shut me up when she's sitting up here trying to blast grinder in front of Booby. Booby didn't say nothing about the grinder app. Interesting. But he's about vanity, and I think he was an internet boy, and at that time he had no issues with his eye because those pictures that Seven Stars put out here, I know damn well he wasn't covering his eye. He was not covering his eye at that time. So that's why I feel like something happened. And it messed him up. When that's well, I hate to say this, but when a person is a supermodel and they're real nasty, those other supermodels, if they get in a fight, they try to scratch each other's face up because your face is what your worth is. And he's very vain. So whatever happened to him messed up his eye and his teeth and maybe lessened his self worth. I don't know. Yeah, pain happens going the same. Same. Lemon. It was horrible, SK. He had a camera the other day. His dishes fell down. LSA caught this. Yeah. When he went on Rick Reed's, yeah, I don't, I, yeah. He looked like a baked potato. That's what I keep saying. Ooh, look at this. Phenomenal Scorpio says, latest allegation. Lemon got a hotel room because his mom had a surprise inspection this week. That's why he got the room for a week. Why would he need the room if he was charged for it today? Well, they're saying because the mom and him made up. Because Booby, Booby said, "Oh well, yeah, we gotta talk." And then Lemon's like, "What you mean we gotta talk?" And he's like, "Yeah, mom, mom and you gotta talk. So we'll have that talk." So I don't know. Who knows? What's up, Meet You Black? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, let me see what y'all say. Okay, we at the bottom. Let's take it about here. Let me see. He can be called ugly. He sat over calling Sour Patch ugly over and over. Something did happen. No, I agree. Something happened. Let me tell you something. Time reveals all things in due time. And my mindset is I'm gonna get my answer. One day I'm gonna get my answer. You said they act like you wrong because you are concerned. They're crazy too. I just don't understand that mindset, Lee Brand. You that dude sat next to me for 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years is a long time. So for me to not be concerned to some degree shows that I'm soulless. I don't have no care in the world. Oh, oh Lord, where my thing at? Hold on. I don't know where it's at. Hold on, y'all. Where the hell? Child. Is that Booby calling me? Booby, is that you? I don't want to move all this stuff. I got all these books. Anyway, hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta put y'all on mute. Hold on. Yes, hello. Is this Booby? Yeah. What's up, man? Are you really Lemon's brother? Are you really Lemon's brother? Oh, you say you're the brother for the mama side? Okay, so Booby, what's going on, man? What I gotta pay you $100 per question? $100 per get out of here, boy, get out of here. Bye, Booby. Booby gonna sit out here try to call me and say he want $100 per question. You better get out of here. Ain't no limit. Ain't no limit. What? $100 per question. Get out of here. You gotta oh, I tell you, these people crazy. They want $100 per question. Get up. I look. You may have picked up Lemon for a fee, but you ain't getting no money out of me. The nerve, booby, asking me $100 for a question, boy. Boy, I got so many questions for you. Who are you? Who are you? You know, who are you? Anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. Boy, blowing up people's phone, asking them for. Boy, he got hit to the YouTube game real quick. He got hit to the YouTube game real good. Talking about $100 per question. And don't even know. Hey, Booby, if that's the case, I gotta hook you up to a polygraph test to see if you telling the truth. But get it out of here. But Dr. Sobe did mention something. That he may have got a diagnosis. So, who knows? Jay Dunn slowed that video down a limit and I almost hit the flow. So does that mean he have no teeth? They had to get rid. Excuse me. They had to get rid of the teeth to put the teeth in. Listen, I really haven't looked because I don't want to know the truth. That's why I'm acting dumb because I am really dumb to this because I don't want to sit up there and see what I think they saw and him sitting up there. mm, uh, the attorney is really holding back on Lemon because I feel she has more than enough. Oh yeah, he called her a dyke today, a dick sucking dyke, and all this just terrible, nasty stuff. And I'm like, I felt like she was playing him. Like she was not. I wouldn't say baiting is strong of a word, but I felt like she was asking relevant questions, knowing that those relevant questions would provoke him to say some stuff for her to go after him. But yeah, so yeah. If anything, let me see. If anything, SK had more of a reach in the question of family than Pizarro. SK let me work close for 5 years. Pizarro only wanted to be messy. I agree. I want to know what's going on. I really do because I, I just I know what's to come. Let me just say I know what this app could do. I know what this app could do. And if your shit ain't set up right off of YouTube, meaning that you don't need YouTube, then YouTube will have you doing some stuff that is going to only enter your demise, right? Because only the most crazy, lunatic, outlandish behavior gets rewarded here. So let me say that there. Only the most crazy, lunatic behavior gets rewarded here. You don't get rewarded for morality. You don't get rewarded for being good and going out doing community. I could go do a story on Tyler Perry giving TSA money. That would only go get 15 people in the chat. But boy, let me go do a story about Audio Pope calling the leprechaun's mama and doing a live reaction and that's gonna get me 200 people maybe in the chat or something, depending on how I set it up. So it doesn't reward the good, and he keeps doing the most outlandish, and I fear that that's going to cause his demise. So that's why my concern is because I see, and he's not using the cash apps to do better. Like, okay, I'm gonna save up to get my own place, or I'm gonna save up and try to get a college education. I'm gonna save up and you know use it as a down payment on a mortgage or something like that. He's just using it to facilitate what's keeping him from having to address whatever is killing him inside, and that's eventually going to ultimately cause his demise. So that's all I could do, and all I want to know, I just want to know because I know a person who I thought was good hearted, kind, had some sense of principles to this outlandish, crazy, maniacal, cursing, sexually violent, and volatile person. So I would like to know what caused that. Like, what happened, bro? Like, what happened? You know, but for somebody to revisit the past maybe cause them to reopen that wound that they don't want to. So, yeah. So that's what I gotta say. Stay across the street from. I said that too. Yeah, I know Dr. Soapy don't even get a degree. Don't even get it. He can sit up there and be a janitor and hopefully go to school for free. You know, like if people really want to help themselves, they can really help themselves. If they really like, you got to bang on some doors. You got to show that you want it. You got to show that you desperate. But at the end of the day, they're not gonna stop you from that. I don't think. I don't know what kind of school that is across with him, but I know it's a community school. It's been so sad to see. We did our best to talk to him. Yeah, he shit on all of us, y'all. And that's the thing. And like I said, anytime, anywhere there's a family member on it, I'm hopping on the panel. So F you, F anybody who feels that I'm too fucking invested, because you obviously don't know the situation. Now, Nika, you was invested in taking our nighttime spot or fucking with our numbers. But now you want to sit up here and say, oh, you too invested, y'all, da, da, da. I don't mess with people family offline. How is that messing with people family offline if they brought them online? Anyway. Anyway, the hypocrisy is the hypocrisy. The unreal out here in these YouTube streets. Okay. All right, y'all got to go. I may come back later, but I want to get my 2 cents on that. That what we saw. The two main things: Booby taking money, Booby calling him ugly. The mama not there when he got there, and then again, like somebody said, they may have been inspection time. But if the people came to inspect on Monday, they may come back again on Thursday. So you never know. They ain't stupid. So it's all right, David. You gotta go. Bye. You gotta stay like a whole week. It's crazy. But anyway, that's what I gotta say for now. If y'all want to, if y'all been thoroughly entertained, educated, informed, feel free to send a gesture to $ Circuit Crowd. It'd be tremendously appreciated. If you do, I would definitely acknowledge you doing our next broadcast, y'all. But let me see if my song is here. Y'all, we gotta play this song because I think this song is really relevant. It's probably one of my best songs, but I think in this point in time, we definitely have to play it. All right, y'all have a good one. Thank you to my wonderful moderators and members. I appreciate y'all. Casual fans alike, please make sure you thumbs up the live before y'all leave. Talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Chasing fame, but the fame has him going insane. He hits the bottle to make himself think he is a rebel. The bottle has him thinking he can revel and meddle with devils. His life is full of strife because he lives for drama that causes pain and creates disdain. Fame has him going insane. Fame has him going insane, insane. He has a dream of being a star. Little does he know he can't handle the burdens of what he sees from afar. The poison in his bottle will keep him from being chosen. There's poison eggs and spew obscenities that offend many. He has no sense of loyalty, even to those who are royalty. He lies and lies to the point we wonder why. He smashes his mama up trying to chase clouds. She yells and screams because she knows his quest for fame is only making him a lame while driving her insane. Fame has him going insane. Fame has
All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Cheryl, tell the grandbaby I said hi. Now, I hope the grandbaby, it puts the grandbaby to sleep, right? Now, keep him up. Hope I didn't wake up the grandbaby. All right. Y'all take care, y'all. Just say y'all prayers and just I don't know if y'all want to pray for the boy, but like I said, something ain't right. Something is not right. Something is not right. And the trapping of this application is that it can really make people think that they are really got it going on when in actuality they don't, you know. So we'll see. I'll talk to y'all later, y'all. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.